So I'm thinking, as far as medical attention and such, and so it has me thinking about my sister. And you know, we had previously talked about waiting and when she wouldn't get pregnant, and that she wasn't ready to get pregnant until she had her own place. And I recall going up to visit to what is supposed to be her boyfriend's house, and him making a comment that I was being followed, or that they were out there waiting. And now, if I line up the dates correctly, her pregnancy seems to add up to that time. And there's a known faction up there of the sect followers, and so I'm 100% sure that if we were to test the DNA of that baby, and many more out there that I could lead you to, that we'll find that the DNA doesn't match with proclaimed parents. Obviously they can't tell you that, but I know, and some of them have confided in me that information, and so this becomes a war crime. Now they've taken it to another level, and I believe that because of that, first of all, if you need the information, it's there for you guys to grab. My sister Gabriela Larios, in the hands of a neutral party or UN intervention, will be if I ask her to, we'll be willing to let you test her. And like I said, I could lead you to more women that have been raped and have children from people from the government, but that's a direct link to my family. And because of who I am, and because of my resistance toward joining their faction, their military faction, under the guise of religion, it's clear that it's clear to me, but it can be proven that a war crime has been committed here. And so now, anyone in resistance of allowing them free access to me, or allowing them first allowing them access to money that would let them drive over here. Second, allowing them food and medical attention. Third, anyone resisting or refusing those ideas can now be held liable for a war crime, and punished by means of the council. And I believe this to be true, and I'm willing to put my name on it. And so I asked for that to be looked into as soon as possible. And obviously, the only way we're gonna get full information is one, if you allow them to come over here, because they're holding on to the evidence. Second is for you guys to pay very, very, very close attention to my family members, and oversee them, as this puts me saying this, it's putting them at danger, at risk, but I have to let you guys know that they're in danger of imminent death. They're because first they're using them as bargaining chips to protect them, the surroundings. Second, now that I've said this, it's possible that an accident can happen. So I ask that you guys please keep a close eye on my family, and I believe that this is enough to I believe this is enough to gain them access to me and bring them to me to be uh, taken care of and under my care, as because when I leave and when I'm not there, the focus is on me, and this is leaving everybody around me at risk. So now, you know, like I said, it's in. If you guys have access to my CIA file, it should be in there that we've been followed around before, and and I have evidence that some of my family members have been raped by CIA um, agents for the government, working for the government under the guise of Catholicism, or under the direction of the Pope himself. So this all equates to war crimes being committed, and such measures. I believe the correct measures should be met, and if they refute this, then why should they not be allowed access to me? So they're trying to block it every way possible, but they don't realize how much I know, and and like I said, this is hard evidence that can be proven, but they're trying to do everything they can to keep you guys from knowing this. And so this calls for intervention. There's no other way to put it. These guys are harming women and children directly in my family, that they for me refusing their passes, or for me not being part and being the chosen one for their religion. My family's being tortured and raped, and if these are not war crimes, then what is? Those are. It's clear that that's what's happening, and like I said, the focus is on me so much that that it might slip through the cracks of what's happening around me when I'm not around. And so, like I said, the best thing I could do is to ask for them to come to me, be allowed to access their funds to buy food and have it brought to me, or let them drive over here to me as soon as possible, and allow the rest of everyone else, all my family members, to congregate in one area, which would be next to me, and to allow the followers and those that do not agree with the established government to buy food, and seek a neutral medical attention for the women and children, or the women that are pregnant right now, that need assistance. But I reiterate that it was made clear between me and my sister that she would not, what she was looking forward to in life, and how she was gonna live her life. And because of me, because I showed up in this place, and I pretty much sent them to hell, that I didn't agree with what they were saying when I left, and I didn't see her for a while after that, and there was a reason I didn't see her for a while after that, and it's because I refused to break it down, and to be their chosen one, quote unquote. And so it's clear that war crime has been committed already, a grave one at that. And like I said, they're interested in my bloodline, and they're using them as bargaining tools to not only for the UN, but for me to break it down and agree to their terms, or to say that I accept their religion as the one, which I do not. And I reiterate that this is behind the Pope and his religion, and there is clear-cut connections between the women that I've found myself with, my family, and agents that have are going to be in communication with these people, with leaders of the opposition. And so this can all be traced back. And so, once again, I ask that due to circumstances, we're still going to be under a controlled situation. So why wouldn't they allow them to be here with me is the question at hand. We're still stuck at home. So what's the problem with having them allow them access to their money and allowing them to come to me? If they're not doing that, there's a reason for it, a grave reason. Not, obviously they need to be treated with a different type of urgency and care because of their direct contact with me, and they know obviously that's going to hurt me and it's going to change the way I feel, or that they're going to be able to twist my arm to act a certain way. So it's plain to see that it's grave circumstances for my family, and the only way to ensure that they're not injured further is to have them here with me. So that's what I'm requesting, and I ask that you guys convene on these circumstances. And like I said, this is hard evidence that could be proven, and if you give them the opportunity, they're going to try to cover up with accidents, like the accidental car crashes and people crashing into my family, and people dying in my family because of car accidents. There's a history in my family for this, and it's not a coincidence. So we are at risk for death, and people have died. So this is serious. This is not a joke. This is not supposition. This is not a maybe. It is and it has happened. So it's been a war crime has been committed already, and so I ask that serious stern measures be taken, and my family be allowed to travel here to me and access to their accounts. As I said, I handed my younger brother, at least $12,000 before I left. So he should have that in his bank and allow access to it. And if he doesn't have it, it's been stolen, and it could be tracked back because I handed it to him on bank grounds, clear sight of cameras and the such. So the situation is just allowing them to pass. That's it's serious, and outside of my family, there's other women and children that I'm 100% sure it can be tracked down to track back to government agencies, as I've had first-hand information passed to me. I have names. I have a name of over 30-40 women alone, not to mention the men. And these are first-hand accounts for women that have experienced it. And I have many more that can have second-hand accounts, and I have men and women, men that their wives or children are from other government agencies. I have a list of information that goes on for forever. So all this stuff could be proven, but they're just holding us back and under the cover of night, which just the term I'm using for their political talks, their jibber jabber to stop us from meeting the truth. So I request that with urgency that my family be allowed to travel here to Illinois, and that we all be allowed to convene in one spot, because when I'm not around, they're taking abuse of them, and shouldn't make a difference if we're being held down in turn to homes. We're being locked down. That's imprisonment. That's called imprisonment. It's clearly outlined. So what difference does it make if they're in prison in one area than the other, if not to hide their crimes? That makes plain sense to me. And due to the circumstances and information out there, that's reliable information there. Thank you.